Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey everyone, it's your boy Dragomir Gaming and welcome back to my channel. Today we are building the Dom Toretto's Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious franchise. Yes, I have the car here and we are going to make two versions of the car. The first one, yes, obviously drifting for having fun and stuff. And the second version will be for racing. Yes, completely racing. Let's do this. And yes, I'm not gonna build this all from scratch. I have my builds ready. I'm gonna show you what parts I used and what tuning settings I used. Step 1. Buy the car from the auto show, or you can buy the used cars also from the auction house. So let's go into the Dodge car section and we have all the Dodge cars here, and there you go. We have the 1969 Dodge Charger R/T, and this car is about 103,000 CR. It's not very costly. Now the important thing is, you can see this car is a C tier car and it has a 548 level, so you can only upgrade your car 2 versions above the base version. So in our case, we can only go to A tier and we can only max out the A tier. We can't just go beyond A tier. Why? If you put 1000 horsepower or 1200 or 15,000 horsepower, 1500 horsepower, the car will not, you won't get the best handling or the grip or anything. It will be a total. So go into the custom upgrade menu and just follow my steps. I am building this car for drifting, and then later on I will show you what a racing car will look like. Alright, so in the conversion menu you can see I'm using the main engine, yes, and in the drivetrain I'm using the main drivetrain, yes, RWT. Aspiration menu, we are using twin turbo, yes, twin turbo, and install it. Let's go back and now we can talk about the physical appearance of the car. Front bumper, I'm using the main one, the original one. Rear wing, I'm using none. And hood, let's talk about the hood. Use this one. Now this hood really gives us the look of Fast and Furious car. Yes, now we are getting to something. Now let's talk about the tires. Yes, obviously we're gonna use the drift tires for drifting purposes. Well, it's very common, so use the drift tire compound. Let's talk about the tires width. I'm using the 245 mm for the front tires, and the back tires I'm using 295 millimeters. Let's talk about the rim sizes. 16 inches rim sizes for the front, and I guess 16 is also for the back. And rim style, I'm using the specialized rim style. You can see this is American Racing VF533 model. Rear track width, I'm using the last one. I'm using race clutch. Transmission, I'm using race transmission. You can also go with the drift transmission, but I would prefer race transmission because yes, that way we can also use the drift version for the racing purposes. So driveline, I'm using the race driveline, yes. And then differential, we are talking about the drift differential, yes. And for the race build, we're gonna use the race differential. Now let's go back and see how we are going with the brakes. Race brakes, springs and dampers, drift springs and dampers, anti-roll bars, race ones, both front and rear, and chassis roll cage, full roll cage, race weight reduction. And now let's talk about the engine. Intake, I'm using race intake. Carburetor, I'm using the race carburetor, and ignition, I'm using race ignition. Exhaust, I'm using sports exhaust. If I switch it to race exhaust, you can see my car is no longer in the A tier, and this is not what we want. Alright, so yes, sports exhaust. And camshaft, I'm using race camshafts. Valves, race valves. Displacement, race engine block. Pistons, race pistons. I'm using the stock twin turbo, the street twin turbo. Yes, it is good enough for our car. Yep. And intercooler, no intercooler. Alright, oil cooling, race oil cooling, and flywheel. Let's talk about the flywheel. Race flywheel, and that's it. Now let's talk about the tuning settings. Let me show you my tuning setup. Just copy my settings. This is way too much complicated for me to explain what everything is doing here and why I chose these values, because I have someone else's video. I watched it like 2 years ago and I learned everything about tuning from that guy. So I'll put down the video link in my description so you can also watch it. Gearing, you can see the alignment, anti-roll bars, springs, dampings, arrow, we are not using anyone, brakes and differential. And then it comes about the design and paint. It's very simple. Just go into the paint section of the car and just throw on a black paint. Well, it's very simple. It's just a black paint and there is a small logo, the Fast and the Furious. I put it there. You don't have to, but if you want you can also. And I put another logo called Rutiform, just I don't know why but you can choose any color. Well, we are building the Dom's car, so black is our, wow, white color makes it look like the car is from 1940s. And yep, nothing else. Okay boys and girls, now let's drift. Yes.
Arrived at your destination.
All right, so how bad was it? Wow, we got 3 stars. Yes, nice, we did good, man. Okay, now it's time for the race build. Conversion, style, engine swap, nothing. I'm using the main engine. Drivetrain, yes, I'm using the RWD, the stock one, because like I said, if you swap the AWD, this car goes into S1. Yep, and that's not what we want. Aspiration, we are using the positive displacement supercharger. And appearance, yes, it's same. This is same, absolutely nothing fancy here. And tires, oh, now this is something else. Tires, I'm using slick race tire compound. You can also use the semi-slick, but I prefer slick. Yes, and front tire width, I'm using 245 millimeters. The back tires are also, no, the back tires are 295 millimeters. So unless if you are making a drag race car like a 1500 horsepower car, you can go with the 345 millimeters rear tires. Wow. Or you can choose the Rotiform WRO rims. These are looking good and they kind of give me a luxury style of the car. Rear track width is maximum. I prefer maximum for maximum stability. Drivetrain, I'm using the race clutch. Transmission, race transmission, this time I'm using race transmission, yes. And driveline, I'm using the race driveline. And differential, I'm using the race differential. Yes, you can see we are using the race differential because this is not about drifting anymore. We are going to win a race. We have to win a race. Platform, handling, brakes, I'm using race brakes. Springs, I'm using race springs. Anti-roll bars, these are same obviously. And chassis and reinforcement, throw on a full cage. Waste reduction, I'm using race weight reduction. Yup. Engine, intake, race intake. Carburetor, stock carburetor, alright. Ignition, I'm using stock ignition. Exhaust, I'm using the stock exhaust. Camshaft, stock one. Valves, stock. Displacement, stock engine block. pistons, stock in pistons, and positive displacement charge is also the stock one. And we have 3 more things. Intercooler, I'm using the stock intercooler, well, no intercooler. Oil cooling, stock cooling, and flywheel, I'm using the race flywheel. And that's it. Now let's go ahead and see the tuning menu, and let's go into the custom tuning. Just copy my settings, very easy. Copy my settings, gearing, alignment, these are different. Yep. Anti-roll bars, springs, dampings, arrow, we are not using any arrow, brakes, and then here you go, differential. Nice. You may have noticed that I'm going with the realistic parts and horsepower. Well, you obviously can use 1500 horsepower, but that won't be much realistic in real world, right? So yep, this is our car, and let's do a quick race. Someone asked me before what difficulty settings I'm using, so there you go. Difficulty, I'm above average. Yep. You can see my difficulty bonus is 70%. I'm using the manual shifting, no traction control, no stability control. I'm using all this by myself, and I'm playing with the controller. It's not even a PS5 controller. Anyways, let's go. Oh, come on, let me just go. Let me go. Let me go! Idiots, these guys are not letting me pass them. I can do this, I can do this, I can definitely do this. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was harsh. Yep. Come on, man, that was easy. That was easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I told you I'm gonna win this. I told you, bro. Ho, ho. Wow. Easy. So what car should I make next? Maybe Justin Bieber's Lamborghini. What do you say, man? Let me know in the comments below.